Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Desi, and thanks for joining us on another episode of Meat and Potatoes. Now, today, I'm very excited to have on the show a very special guest. He is the Chief Administrative Officer and Chief Fiscal Officer, CFO, if you will, the one and only Town Supreme Leader, President, Emperor, Exalted Chancellor, King Manager, Reverend Dr. Jason Hoch. Jason, thanks for coming on the show today.
How are you? Good to see you.
Very good. It's nice to meet you. Now, did I get all the formalities right there, the titles?
You know, I think you gave me a few more. I appreciate it, but you know, it's just a little bit shorter.
Oh, like what do you call yourself, would you say?
Yeah, you know, usually it's just town manager.
Town manager.
Although Emperor is kind of cool, though. I do like that.
Yeah, you could use that if you want.
That's something to aspire to.
Emperor, there you go. So can I call you like Milord, or is Jason all right?
Jason is great.
Well, good. Well, welcome to the show. So happy to have you. I've been looking forward to sitting down and chatting with you. So, well, then the truth of the fact is, you're the town manager.
Yes.
So if an alien comes down to town and they say, take me to your leader, I'm probably going to bring them to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, generally that's how it works. Day to day, if something comes up, you know, the issues would come to me.
Well, good. Hey, you know, now I'm curious, and I think there's a lot of people out there that might be too. Tell us a little bit about our local government here in Williamstown and how it works and how everybody, all the different branches and departments and like how they all work together to get things done.
Okay, all right. We start simply. We have 5 members of the Board of Selectmen who are elected.
They're elected by the people, yes.
By the people every year.
So it is a democracy.
Yes, it is. And so there's sort of, I mean, actually, if you really think about it, there's kind of, let me back up a step. There's sort of three layers that we think about. First is town meeting, which we had last month, and there are certain questions that the only way we can act is if the whole town comes out and votes. That's where we have town meeting.
So everybody shows up and has a say.
Right.
Cool.
First one, you know, we had a extended conversation this year. I understand it's not normally quite this long a town meeting, but we had town meeting. Then we have a 5-member elected Board of Selectmen. And so there's a layer of things that we don't need to get the whole town to come out and answer.
Okay.
And so the selectmen then make sort of broad policy decisions.
They can handle a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you know, it is there's a lot of complexity. So they get the next level. They hire one person in the town, which is the town manager.
Oh, so they picked you.
They picked me,
and
cool. Then we have a charter, which is a special document from the state legislature that explains what I get to do and what the board gets to do. So we're unlike some of our neighboring towns that have slightly different forms of government. And then so basically everything else all comes through me. All of our other departments, police, public works, town clerk, finance, community development, they all, by our charter, they all work for me.
So you manage them, as it will, as the town, as the town manager.
As the manager, yes. That's sort of how it fits. And so I'm the person day to day that is responsible for overseeing that. So, you know, when you're, whether it's your alien invasion of somebody coming in or something, you know, a little less challenging, like, hey, there's a pothole in my street or that sort of thing, that refers here, and then we send it out into the right staff person, and I kind of have to follow up with our staff to make sure it gets done.
So if there's an angry mob comes to town and they're like, who's in charge? I'll be like, go talk to Jason. He'll take care of you, right?
Yeah, I'll hopefully be able to take care of it or be able to sort of help them find the right place, because not everything is the responsibility of the town. So sometimes part of the other thing we do is we sort of help people understand how to solve their problem, get something fixed, who to talk to.
Right, and so an angry mob, you'd be like, hey, why don't you guys just come back to the next town meeting and we'll figure it out, right?
Yeah, we prefer the angry mobs not be a town meeting.
Right, yeah, we try to avoid those if at all possible.
Exactly.
Well, Jason, I have to say, walking around town, checking things out, there's so many projects going on right now. There's like, the cable mills just opened up, right?
Yes.
Not long ago, and if I understand, that's where you stay. That's where you call home now.
That is correct. I wanted to live in town, wanted to be someplace where I could walk through town, walk to work. Perfect location. So
it's beautiful back there with the river walk, and it's amazing what they've done to that place.
It is, and I think if people haven't been back to see the river, it's well worth coming and taking a look back there. It's spectacular.
Nice. You got a nice view from your apartment?
I do. I look over the street.
Yeah.
I chose the street side rather than the river side. So
you can keep an eye on the people, right?
Right. I keep an eye on the people and the traffic and see what's happening on there. And
that's good.
And the other thing is, usually the nature of the job means that I'm not at home a lot. So if I want to see the scenery, I got to be on the ground anyway.
That's right. That's the best way to see it in Williamstown,
Exactly.
for sure. Yes. There's about a lot of new plans for other stuff going on too. I mean, the town meeting about the new hotel project. There's another hotel project as well, and the new residences back behind the Harper Center at the elementary school, right?
There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff happening, and there's a lot sort of in the pipeline. Back by the Harper Center, Highland Woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the first part of that is occupied now. There are two
cool.
sections. Next section, they had a bit of an issue right before they opened in terms of construction.
Okay.
That section should be available for people to move in August. We had, a lengthy conversation, a town meeting about possibility of hotel in South Williamstown.
Right,
so that's sort of in the conceptual stage, sort
Okay.
of finding who's there. So it's not like a live plan yet.
Okay.
Then downtown we have activity pretty soon. The college will be beginning construction on Bookstore right at the corner of Spring Street and Walden Street.
That's exciting.
They have a longer run plan. We'll probably start seeing more plans for hotel because that's the second hotel. It's sort of the base of Spring Street.
Right, cool.
Science Center work is happening.
Yeah.
And so, and then from a more sort of on the ground physical view, not a new building, but just this past week, all of the front yard at Chapin Hall has been torn up to make a new pedestrian plaza there.
Cool.
So there's a lot of stuff happening.
Definitely. So I do have a question. Which house is the Williams College going to move next? Because it seems to be their favorite thing to do is move houses from one place to another.
It is. It's a fairly unique circumstance here, I think. And to somebody who was here and then went away and then came back,
and everything's in a different spot.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised sometimes. Like, hey, didn't that house used to be over there somewhere? I expect that we'll probably see some things potentially moved related to the Science Center or the new hotel. So
if I call them up, will they move my house to a better location if I ask them?
You could ask. My guess is they probably won't. But hey, with most things, you don't know till you ask.
It's worth a shot. That's right. Now, with summer, summer is here. Theater festivals in full swing, and the Clark art exhibits. What else do we have to look forward to coming to Williamstown this summer? What is there to do?
What is there to do? Well, I think you just hit on the two
big ones for sure.
The two big ones. And then I think we start sort of adding in all of the great environment around us.
Absolutely.
We have
hiking.
The mountains are always there. The hiking's there. Sort of great farms, going out and seeing what's happening. What's being produced.
The farmers market on Saturday mornings.
Exactly. I've been enjoying some rhubarb I picked up this past week.
Nice. Yeah.
Spending some time, visiting our restaurant, seeing the sights. I think that the great thing for us is that people can come and sort of enjoy a good day, a good weekend up here because there's such a variety of things to do. And then, the other thing is the world doesn't end at the town line. There's awesome stuff happening just across the line.
You don't have to go far.
With Mass Mocha, I think
I met with Orion Howard from the brewery down there. Yeah, I did an episode with him, and it was a blast.
Nice, and that's, there's excitement that, the next big thing there, I saw the signs just going up for the movies at the airport coming up soon.
Oh, yeah, very cool.
So lots of cool stuff up here.
Awesome. All right, well, Jason, it's time for 3 questions. 3 questions with Desi. This is the part of the show where I ask somebody, my guests, some 3 quick questions, and kind of a rapid fire sort of thing. So first of all, when you you're looking for a nice place to relax outdoors in Williamstown, where do you go? My place is anywhere and everywhere. That's my answer.
That's your answer?
Yes.
I have a certain fondness for the terrace at the Clark.
Oh, very nice. All right, now you are originally, as I understand, from Guthriesville, Pennsylvania.
That is correct.
Yeah, now I attempted to look up a little bit about Guthriesville, Pennsylvania, and I found absolutely nothing except for an article that says, who cares about Guthriesville, Pennsylvania? So it's your job as your hometown to tell us a little something special about your hometown. So everybody could know.
About Guthriesville, Pennsylvania.
Outside of Philadelphia, not far, small town, right?
Wow, yeah, suburban Philadelphia, in the bigger town of Downingtown. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm going to
good.
cheat a little bit.
You got something.
I'm going to
Okay.
cheat a little bit because Guthriesville is adjacent to Downingtown. I went to Downingtown High School.
Okay.
Downingtown is home of Victory Brewing Company.
Oh.
And so everybody who's a beer lover, and in fact, I think there might even be some Victory beer on tap right here in
there is at
Williamstown.
Hops and Vines right now. We have the Victory on tap. So come by and
So
check
there
it out.
we go. A little bit of cross promotion even.
Yeah, there you go, for Mr. Hoch's hometown. Beautiful. And last one. I always like to put the math question in here. Okay, so if you left town hall in your vehicle and you were driving about 60 miles an hour on average down to 5 corners, which is way too fast. Don't drive that fast. How long would it take you to get there? A rough estimate is fine.
A rough estimate.
60 miles an hour from town hall to 5 quarters.
60 miles. At 60 miles an hour, I would probably say 7 minutes.
7
I've never
minutes?
done it at 60 miles an hour because that would be wildly
That would, yeah,
inappropriate.
you wouldn't make it too far. The cops are on it, for sure. About 7 minutes, yeah, maybe even about 5 or 6 you could probably do it.
Wow.
In fact, yeah. Well, Jason, it has been a pleasure to have you here on my show, Meat and Potatoes. Thank you so much,
Hey,
sir, for
thank
coming
you
on the show.
so much.
And have a great summer in Williamstown, everybody. Come check me out. Desi will be in the 4th of July parade, cruising downtown, saying hi to everybody. And I'll be around town, and so will Jason. So if you
Exactly.
see him, make sure you say, hi, Chancellor, King, Supreme, what did you like? Emperor.
Emperor, I
Emperor of Williamstown. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on Meat and Potatoes. Woohoo!